Hey guys, Magenta is back here today again with another Buddyfight deck profile. This time it will be on a budget deck. So because I had really no other deck to build, therefore, hence I found why not make Crimson Battlers more interesting. So yeah, so it's a Crimson Battlers budget deck featuring move and stuff like that. So let's get on the deck. Buddy monster is Radical Lake Dragon. It doesn't have move, but we use him because it has high power, high defense. So this deck is sort of like a beatdown deck with high stats to overwhelm your opponent's monsters. So this guy has 6k attack, but when you have the item equipped, it goes up to 7k. So parallel foil version as our buddy monster. So moving on, for the size tools, we run 4 copies of Crimson Battler's Halberd Gauntlet. This card is really good. Decent stats, 5k power, 5k defense, 2 criticals. However, its skill is amazing. If you have an item equipped with Fist in its card name, this card gets 2k power, 2k defense and move. So basically it's a 7k move monster. Way better than Halberd Dragon. And doesn't have a core cost, but the prerequisite is that you have a Fist equipped. So moving on to not so amazing version of Halberd Gauntlet, we have the older version, Crimson Battler Boosted Dragon. If you have a card equipped with Fist in its card name, this card gets move. In case you do not know what move is, it tells you at the beginning of each player's attack phase, if this card is on the field, you may move this card to an open monster area. 5k power, 6k defense, 2 crits. So with 1k more defense, however it doesn't get power from having a Fist. So that's the only difference, but it starts with higher defense. That's one plus of it. Alright, moving on, 4 copies of Crimson Battlers, the Blacksmith. If an item on your field with Fist in its card name is the only card attacking, the attack cannot be nullified. So it's really good when you want to get rid of your opponent's monster with your Fist. Yeah, so you can use this card. 4 copies. Also a pretty decent card, like your opponent has no way to protect their monsters unless they use something like Dragon Barrier or Demon Slay Barrier, stuff like that. Alright, 4 copies of Buddy Monster, Radical Lake Dragon for the high power, and 4 copies of Maintenance Kit for life gain. Basically, this is the on-call plus Crimson. Ultimately, you can use Rock Bunker as well, but we do not really use a lot of gauge, so the life will do us better. Help to last longer in the fight, so you can run out. Your opponent will run out of stuff to play because you will slowly weather down your opponent. Alright, lastly, 4 copies of Crimson Battler Burn Guts Dragon, move monster. If you have a Fist, of course. So yeah, generally decent stats. I mean, it's like just 1k lesser defense than the Dragon Wall vanilla monsters. Alright, moving on to the spells. We run 4 copies of Drago Bond. Basically life gain and monster protection. So basically, you can read it. Choose a monster in your field during this turn. Next time that monster will be destroyed, gain 2 life and prevent it from leaving the field. Basically, for move monsters, you have to use it before your monster moves. So you use this card on the monster and you can move the monster to your center. So if it's the only monster, your opponent does not want you to gain life, he won't kill the monster. Yeah. So another way is when you do not have a move monster, pretending that this is not a move monster, and he wants to take out a monster, so just use Drago Bond and protect the monster. So that's just one way. That's just 2 ways of using Drago Bond. So moving on, 2 copies of the Skies in your hands. Pay 1 Kitc Return all monsters on your field to your hand. So this is really good because when your opponent uses bot clears like Tenbu or whatever, pay 1 gauge and you save all your monsters. Whoa. So basically it helps your monsters last longer in a fight. So 2 copies of this, because it has counter, it's pretty good. Okay, moving on, 2 copies of Red Dragon Shield. pay 2 gauge doesn't really matter because we do not use a lot of gauge in the deck, and D1 damage is pretty good because we do not have high crit monsters in the deck. Okay, moving on, standard 4 green dragon shields. Don't really need a lot of shields because we have move monsters. So 6 shields would be enough. Nullify the attack and gain 1 life. Okay, next, 2 copies of Dragon Breath. We can either use Dragon Breath or Dragon Thunder, but I like Breath more because it destroys 4k or less power instead of just size 1s. Okay, that's not it. So lastly, in every type of monster-centric deck, you need buff spells to your monster. Dragon Energy, 4 copies for the counter attack, and Drago Defense, 4k power and 4k defense and counter attack. Yeah, just 6 copies of this. You can use Wrath of Dragon, but I do not really like it because essentially you don't get to destroy your opponent's monster. So yeah, that's it for the spells. Moving on for the items, we run 2 copies of the 3 crit weapon Crimson Fist Drago Blaze. Synergizes with maintenance kit as well, because maintenance kit only requires a card with Crimson, so when you have the weapon you can use it. Just 2 copies is enough. And lastly, the weapon we actually want to equip, 5th Omni Dragon Fist Roaring Flame. Pay 1 gauge, all armor dragon gets 1k power, 1k defense. So yeah, basically it's like a set spell, but it's an item. And of course, no impacts for the deck because it's not really aggressive. Yeah, that's about it. So hope you guys. What else can I say about the deck? Let's try and say something else. Basically, its playstyle is really similar to Thunder Knights. I mean, all the moving and stuff. Yeah. Basically that. I mean, let's just show you a standard trolling combo. Basically, you can have an item equipped. Let's say this is your item, and you have 2 monsters. Maybe the Buddy monster. Alright, there's 1 monster and another monster. So 1 is able to move, 1 is not. This would be what you frequently would expect. So basically, during your opponent's battle phase, you move your, let's say they're all rested of course, because after your battle phase. During your opponent's battle phase, you move it to your center to protect you. Can use stuff like Drago Bond first. You can Drago Bond. Use Drago Bond on your size 2, the one that moves, that blocks your center eventually. So you can use it. So for this turn, next time it gets destroyed, it's gonna be on the field. So then your opponent would say, since your opponent would be essentially giving you plus because of the 2 life by destroying your center, they will probably attack the side. And then you can use stuff like Drago Defense or Drago Energy. I mean, both of them will work fine. Yeah, so that's like one thing you can do. Alright, so hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like down below to show me some support. If you're new to my channel, subscribe if you'd like to see more Buddyfight deck profiles, card reviews, stuff like that. And of course, don't forget to add me on Facebook. We can talk about Buddyfight together. Alright, until the next video, goodbye, take care, see you, bye.